universal truth and the absolute laws of nature for guiding me, protecting me, and giving me the strength to endure the imperfect. I shall attack with vigor, making progressive moves. A divine mind knows, a divine mind shows. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. Peace and power to the people that struggle. Salute, salute, salute. What it do, what it do, what it do. As you come on in, please know that you are in a safe space. Please know that you are in a space where you are encouraged to be intelligent, when you are encouraged to question, when you are encouraged to answer, to reflect, to be analytical, to seek solutions. Please know that you are welcome. Also, know that if you have an anger management issue, please book yourself an assessment. If you believe a friend, a family member, an employee, or a supervisor has an anger issue, direct them over here. If you or someone you know is a victim of domestic violence, please reach out. Or if you yourself would like to know more about domestic violence or intimate partner relationship violence or abuse, reach out. Life God, reach out. As my moderators come up in the spot, please have all my contact information in effect and all green screen information. Please put the green screen info up. And as you will see, the merch is up in here. Oh yeah, it's in the body. Oh yeah. Ladies, get the swimsuit merch. Okay? Fellas, get your tank tops and you want to be all brolic and show the deep dish pecs. You know, go ahead, go get the merch. Or if you want, to show what you've been doing all winter, all up in the gym. You know, you want to show your little joints, right? You want to show your little joints off? Then you go get your t-shirt and all that. I'm too old for that stuff there. But the merch is up there. Go get that. All right? Go get that. Rhonda Grant. You ain't been in class lately. Where you been? Make sure you in class on time. I'm going to give y'all the business. You start asking questions and stuff. You should have been here from the beginning. Phillips was good. And please excuse me, y'all. I had to take a little something. The allergies was acting silly, so got to take the coffee to make sure I stay up. So the Cafe Bustelo is in effect. And I still got my little cookies and stuff that I'm going to knock on down. Oh, yeah. Go check my IG page out for the healthy snacks. Gluten-free snacks. Yeah. Yeah. Go check it out. It's up there. If y'all missed the live, it's going to be up there for a few weeks. Check it out. All right, all right. Let's get to it. There's been a lot of promoting of salute. What up? Gotti in the building. I see you. What up, fam? Salute. I've seen a lot of promotion about this documentary on Freaknik. Now, I'm quite sure that there has been a lot of research from whoever put it together. I'm quite sure that there's a lot of footage. Um, I'm also quite sure that whatever angle or message they want to put out about that event and the years that it was most popular, I'm quite sure they did their job when it comes to that. And whatever direction that those who wrote and directed and produced the doc, wants the viewer to get. But here I'm going to tell you, right, from the outsider's perspective on what it was, what I witnessed, and how ultimately non-productive it became. Now, the first time I heard about Freaknik was 1990. See, I told you I graduated high school a year early because I was skipped in middle school. So in 1986, I was out of high school and already in college. Hey, Nima, Washington, my Nima, my Naima. Salute for the green screen. I see you in here. And immediately I took what they call a year off when I was boxing Golden Gloves and working for UPS, and didn't really know what I wanted to do. I went immediately to Kingsborough, was a nursing student, boxing heavily, and just in the streets mixing up. 87 came and went. I was heavily in the street. Most of my peers were still in high school or dropping out, stuff like that. By the time 88 came, I just made the decision out of nowhere to go into the service. So went in the service, went in the Army, went overseas. Y'all know the story. I done told y'all that many times. I was homesick of New York, man. Homesick of hip hop. I wanted to get back. 88, 89, 90. 90, I come back. I immediately get back into school, right? This time I'm in BMCC, nursing student. And I'm seeing how this college life is. All right? Queen D, salute. And I'm hearing about these parties. Now, of course, we all know, if you're from the town, BMCC, York, most of these city universities, city colleges is party spots. Y'all know Queens, York had them. A lot of beautiful women running around. BMCC had a lot of things from uptown, So we hearing about these parties and stuff like that. And most of the people from East New York that were in school were down in Norfolk and Hampton. Good majority of my Starrett City dudes, my Fairfield dudes, Linden dudes, they was down there. Matter of fact, when old Bubba Chuck caught his case in the bowling alley, it was East New York dudes who turned it up with him. Yeah. And I'm talking about the Bubba Chuck, AI, the answer. Yeah, he had East New York dudes running with him. So yeah, when he caught that little fisticuffs, it was East New York dudes that tore that shit up. You know? So shout out and rest in peace to my man Wendell. You dig? Or did up dad. And the whole clique. Dax and Shiz and Chris and all them dudes that was down there. My man Kobe, Dre Prince, on and on and on. My man E, yeah, my man E Jones, all them dudes that was down there, and then other ones that was hustling. But that's who really, really pulled my coat to what those parties were, you know, Freaknik and things like that. But it was specifically for college crowd, you know. Wasn't so much for the gangsters and the thugs, you know. We wasn't into it like that. That was a mix that I was able to play in both sides. You understand what I'm saying? Because of how I got down in the street and because of my intelligence and being in college and in the service, I was always around a diverse group of dudes. You dig? And initially they was going to Virginia Beach. You dig? And I was hearing about those functions. I was hearing about the dice games and all the, you know, wonderfulness that they was having down there and hearing of these girls running around in the parties. And back then, you know, our thing was bagging as many women as we could get because you damn sure wasn't getting too much action. Women wasn't giving it up like that. Like this stuff going on now, where you like a few pictures on Instagram and shit, you might have you a hot little session. It wasn't like that back then. So you had to get you a whole bunch of phone numbers and talk to a whole bunch of people before you found that right little something, you know, that, you know, might let you, you know, get a little extra comfortable and cozy with. So we used to frequent as many as these little parties and functions and things like that. Now the flip side to it was you had a lot of New York dudes at that time going out of town hustling, right? And it wasn't always the best representation of New York dudes. Most dudes, and I don't know why don't nobody else tell y'all that. Maybe because they was in the hustling. I wasn't in the hustling. I'm sorry. I wasn't no goddamn narcotic merchant and all that shit. That wasn't my thing. But most dudes from New York that went out of town hustling is because they couldn't do it in New York. In order to do it in the 5 boroughs, you had to be strong. Because it was not like that back then. You had dudes that were strong, they had their little crews, they had their little buildings or blocks or areas locked down, and that was it. You wasn't coming through there, nothing, unless it was, a war. So a lot of dudes who, by default, had access to get into that life was going out of town. Now, I'm not saying that's the only ones, because you had dudes who was well established in New York branching out. But I mean, on the average, a lot of these dudes was derelict dudes, soft dudes, dudes living off the strength of somebody else. They was going out of town. Okay? And when they was going out of town, they was doing a lot of sucker shit. A whole lot. A whole lot. They was doing some punk shit that they couldn't get away with in the town, you know. And I witnessed a lot of dudes I knew out of town I seen them out of 10. I was like, who is that? You know, they jewelry, cars, all that. And it wasn't doing that type of shit back home. Some dudes were so established out of state and in different areas that they never came back home. Never came back home. Right? Found a way to get some work from somebody else or some other place, and they never came back because they just wasn't that. Now, you have that going on, and you have an abundance of people going away to school, right? And a lot of people going into the service, the mix of different dudes from different backgrounds and from different areas started to, find these little spots where everybody hang out, network, and try to establish themselves. So I'm hearing about these parties, and then we started having these little functions at Jones Beach. But again, it was college kids, college dudes, and most of them was fraternities, sororities. And those things are closed off. Those institutions are closed, and they really wasn't mixing and mingling with street dudes or straight hip hop dudes. Wasn't like that. So if you was coming on the back end of that, you was coming through on some observing. Yes, Queen D, Greek Fest. Right. And my whole thing is, I didn't really enjoy being around dudes who, how could I pull it? How can I say it? Because I don't want to diminish certain people, but wasn't about that life, right? Rhonda Grant, salute for the green screen, salute, salute. There's a difference between dudes who are in the street on a regular basis and confrontational in these streets. You can see it. Dudes wear it on them. And guys who maybe in school, maybe working dudes, they're not soft or nothing, but they just not in it. They're not continuously looking for that bullshit. Always on that type of time. And I was a dude who by default was always on that type of time. Not so much individually, but come on, I know you're not going to bring it the way I am. Just not going to do it like that. And y'all all know those type of individuals, at least back then. Now so much, this shit is crazy. This shit is much different now. But back then, when dudes like that came around and they came up off the street, you felt that energy. You knew, yeah, these dudes really don't belong here. But they cooling, they relaxing, they on some chill out shit. We gonna do us. Not pay them no mind. So I'm going to Greek Fest, and we're seeing things and behaviors from these dudes that was bugged out to us. I'm serious, bugged out. I mean, again, no matter how hard and heavy you were in the street, there's a certain behavior when you were around women, regardless of what type of women, whether they were straight, whether they were working, whether they were in school. Those in the street never put that shit first. We was always, and even the dudes that was hustling, they didn't tell everybody that that's what they was doing. They was a little bit more reserved in their shit, right? It was about their paper, getting paper. They didn't come out, yo, this is what I'm doing. In order for a woman or anybody to be, because remember, them dudes was fool. You getting money, wolves is out. Stick up kids is out. The wolves is on the hunt. The wolves was on your ass. 90, 91, 92, 93, 94. You running around stunting and you not right. Yeah, you was lunch meat. So it wasn't that type of thing. People wasn't doing that. Letting it be known that they was hustling, that they was in the street. A lot of times you didn't know what dudes was doing. So we handled ourselves in a certain manner when it came to women. It just was. We respected women to a certain degree. How you approach them, how you're speaking to them, you know? 'Cause getting phone numbers wasn't like that. You just wasn't getting somebody's phone number back then. All right? It was not that. Sometimes you gotta talk about an hour, hour and a half, depending on the type of event you was at to get you a number. Other people may lie to you, or they may have been in a better predicament. Let me clarify that, right? Because everybody wasn't in style then. You had certain people who were in style. You know, you had little curly ass hair and little shaved on the side and all that. You know, they might have considered you cute. So you might have pulled a number in like 10, 20, 15 minutes if your ass was in style. I wasn't in style. I was clean, I was fresh, I was dead. But some of us had to speak, and speak well, and talk, and articulate when it came to the ladies. Other dudes just looked a certain way. And that goes back to the 1920s and 30s and 40s and 50s, where all the light-skinned folks was in style. You can remember them times. You don't remember them, I'm here to tell you, yeah, it was a time when, yeah, Smoke Robinson was the shit. And then Billy D. Right? Harry Belafonte and all that. Ass wasn't coming through looking like Zeke Mackay and that. And y'all fat Kodo and all that. Nah. Y'all had to be somebody. You had to be wealthy or actor, singer, something. You had to be somebody. You just wasn't looking like that, yeah. Al B and all that. Right. Them dudes might have went bag numbers, and again, dudes be trying to stunt like they don't know the difference. Y'all know the difference. I know the difference. Before you start saying, yeah, Bliz, you judge man. Yeah, I judge man. I know when somebody got the struggle face and when somebody got the look. Yeah. That was it back. There was a lot going on, and it's still going today. And for the men that be fronting like they do. They got sisters, they got nieces, they got cousins and aunts and mothers. You know the difference. Your motherfucking sister come through the house with somebody looking like Usher. You gonna be like, all right. She come through with somebody looking like Biz Markie. Nigga, you gonna look like, what is this? So yeah, men look at men and judge men. Now you know who got the struggle face and who don't. So back then, if you was going to the little college events and all that, you got the struggle face. Care how fly you are, you wasn't getting no numbers. It's what it is, and that's what it was. In the 80s, the 90s, you had to have the look. Well, your ass was talking a long time to get you a number. That's what it was. Struggle face, dark skin, You got to have the gift. You better be saying something slick. You wasn't coming up out of there with, I'm telling you, and dudes have contests. We go to these little Greek fests, this, that, and the third. How many numbers you got, son? You got a little 1 or 2 numbers? And your man is coming out of the spotty spot. He got a pocket full. He got 20 numbers. Like, damn, what's really good here? That's the type of stuff that was going on. So it was a lot of hip hop, a lot of parties, a lot of things moving around. And again, you had different elements. Hustling dudes, they throwing their own functions, street shit, right? It's a different era in New York and out of town. So the people that was aware of college and was telling us, and yo, this is through the wire, yo, this is going on, and all these little wild events where women are going to be, dudes wanted to be at. But I could remember the first few Greek fests going to Jones Beach, yeah. And yeah, I had on long pants and Timbs on the beach. And Jones Beach with the Timbs, and dudes in the clique was looking at, and they had on Timbs too. And they was looking at us weird, yeah, because now we're in an element where you got dudes who are acting the same way they act in school, but now they're home. They home now. And they talking all this weird shit and whoop up and stepping and all that. We wasn't with none of that shit in the town. Excuse me, we still not with none of that shit in the town. But I'm watching how these weirdo dudes are approaching the women, especially on a beach setting, and how they dress on the beach. Now back then, Daisy Dukes and all that was what they were wearing. You wouldn't see too many in a whole 2-piece bikini. Maybe depending on her body shape and stuff, and it was mostly slim. Man, if somebody was considered thick out there, it was not pleasant, and it wasn't pleasant for me to watch. And a lot of us got into shit behind that. That Jones Beach Greek Fest shit, I remember seeing a few girls from our side of the East who I really didn't know was in the life. Like they was just becoming familiar with these adult things, right? Because when you was a stripper dancer back then, that was some adult shit. That wasn't no teenage bullshit for us in the town. So there was a few of them who, again, was out of school and stuff like that, but would come to these events and think it was sweet or cute. And I seen straight up assault. I mean straight assault. Where packs of these bird-ass dudes just touching, feeling, touching. And I'm looking like, yo, this is what y'all do at this shit? Now, again, from an outsider, from dudes that's in the street, who we already, first, we thinking of the legal ramifications of this shit. A lot of dudes that's not in the street, not in the life, and never dealt with justice system and arrests and laws and being in the books at an early age, they don't have any knowledge of that shit. So everything is funny to them. Everything is a joke to them, which is why a lot of them during that time span catch those charges, and till this day they still are not only tormented but hampered because of some of the things that was going on at these functions. Because one thing is for certain, everybody don't want to be touched. No matter what they doing, how they look, and all that. Okay? it was bananas. Bananas. And I'm talking about now, this is just Jones Beach. Right? And they used to do the Greek Fest. And we used to know that was coming. And then they would have after parties in the city. I think the biggest after party was Trafalgar Square in Queens. And then it really got mixy because now these after parties, tickets would be going 50, 60, 70, $80. And depending on who's performing, I remember Luke came, I think that was in 91. He was charging $100 back then. And again, when the women were coming through to the after party, since now it's in the boroughs, you didn't see none of that. Wasn't none of that shit. But in the elements where you have the college kids and on the beaches, there was some bullshit going on. Where, I mean, women really couldn't even walk through the beach. That this was the frame of thinking of these type of dudes, that this is what's going to happen. And they would get mad if the woman said anything. Like, this is how retarded these dudes was. And it was terrible. I mean, when I say terrible, it was absolutely terrible. Trying to pull off shorts, trying to pull off bathing suits, snatching off tops. And I'm like, yo, this is somebody's sister, somebody's little cousin, somebody's niece. And I'm looking from gangster eyes. I'm like, y'all bird ass dudes is out here doing this shit. Now that was 90, 91, 91. That summer 91 is when I caught the first bid. So I missed 92 and then I caught 9-3. And by 9-3, that's when everybody was like, damn, Jones Beach. Everybody has enough resource at that time to make it to Atlanta. This is when they start talking, yo, we going to the Greek Fest. We going to Atlanta. So I'm like, Atlanta? What's going on down there? To that, y'all going to Atlanta? Yeah. Because again, people are expanding, and the further you go out, right, the more props you got. Yeah, I was in Atlanta. Yeah, we was here. We was there. Even Philly was having Greek Fest and stuff like that. It was some everywhere. Everywhere. But again, anything that had to do with the beach, especially Jones Beach at that time, man, I mean, we had to put a few of them dudes on their head. A few of them. Because they were just big and retarded and silly. And you're not going to keep running through dudes like that. Now, most of the action on the beach, of course, I told you, I don't like the sand. So I didn't, I'm not out there with that. But I was witnessing that and seeing it. And again, hearing it. Girls crying, coming back to the parking lot. And even if they were in crews, it would be girls literally 4, 5, 6 to a car. And trying to walk through the beach like that. Trying to get to the concert and all that, because they was doing concert. I think that's the first time I seen the Fugees. Wyclef playing the guitar and all that and shit, and start, freestyling in Mandarin, Chinese, and all. The event and all that was decent, but no, I was in the parking lot. Bad enough it was sand there with the Timbs on, and would not, I'm telling you, would not tolerate none of those dudes coming through and doing that to these women. So we didn't last long out there. Maybe an hour or two before they knew, oh, now these dudes don't belong out here, because they turning up. I mean, turning up. You see somebody assault a girl in front of you, oh, that's it. That's it. Because we not y'all. Y'all coming out here with the frats and throwing signs and all this other weirdo stomping shit and all that. And as soon as you come through and do something stupid and get out of pocket, hitting you right in the head with the pistol. Calm your stupid ass down. We don't belong out here. So I don't know what the hell y'all got going on. And that's what started getting us hip to like, we can't be around these people partying them like, because it gets silly. It gets real silly. And the push to go to ATL, because again, I could recall them shutting Virginia down because it was getting crazy out there, it was getting hectic. And Philly wasn't about that action. You go to Philly acting up, you gonna leave there. It wasn't with that out of town and shit coming through and acting crazy. So that's why Phillies stayed at a certain type of temperature. Because Philly always gonna be Philly. You ain't coming out there acting stupid. That's just not how they give it up. So then they had to find another. And again, since Atlanta was already doing it, this is something Atlanta been doing since the damn near pre-mid, like 84, since the 80s. And then I'm hearing and seeing people, we going to the A, we going to the A. And the stories that were coming back were crazy. I'm like, I'm not going out there. These dudes are literally assaulting women. Because again, they have no respect. The way that they are handling themselves, they think this is some, when the Euros do it and go on spring break, that's how they act up. And they was moving in Florida like that, or in Texas around Corpus Christi. That's how they act. So for us to group up and act like that and be that disrespectful to our women was foreign. Very foreign to me. I don't run in settings like that. With that chauvinistic shit. Nah. No. Right? And it got to a point where, again, because of the grouping, because the women started to want to be down there as well. And I'm like, why do you want to go down there and be around that? But what they started doing was creating a market. All right? Hip hop was getting bigger, larger. So was the branding of the clothes and of the lifestyle. It was getting big. You had Carl Kanai, Walker Wear, all these brands, coming through, and it started to be sort of a pre-event to the Black Expo and all that. See, there was a lot of little things that allowed Freaknik to blow up during the course of the year. And then after it, all of the other events. You understand? There was a lot that helped that thing explode like that. And sometimes the treatment. Sometimes you had some real weird chicks that liked it. There was sex parties and all type of wild stuff going on out of town that, some of the women welcomed. Be honest with you. And then there was so many young college dudes and other dudes, then you had straight up prostitutes and whores running through there. And that became a spot for them because they knew it was a bunch of horny young dudes that wanted to get off, and they got hotel rooms and they got cars and they running around. Yo, it became a wild energy and a free-for-all. And again, when law enforcement can't handle it or wouldn't handle it, became a spot. but it wasn't sweet. Nothing was sweet with it. Nothing was sweet with it. Especially for a girl who, never been around no shit like that and didn't expect it, just coming to, kind of be with the friends and think because their peers say it's fun, that is fun. So from an outside eye, that wasn't something I didn't want to be around that. I don't have the patience for that shit. I'm not that guy's guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that. You ain't gonna see me around a bunch of dudes doing dude shit. Nah, there ain't no money involved. What the fuck am I doing with y'all? I was with y'all growing up. Right? 5th, 6th, 7th grade, 9th grade, high school. I ain't no running around. You're not gonna catch me with a bunch of dudes talking bullshit and all. Nah, I'm not the barbershop type dude. I'm not the standing on the corner dude. Nothing. Nah, man. Where's that paper? We gotta get to this action. If it ain't that, then I'm going off with something small, nice, and sweet. Where are these sisters? Where the women's at? So I'm not the dude. I've done it. I've been around it. But nah, I breaks out in a minute. All my dudes know I disappear quick. Ain't no peace out, none of that shit. 1 minute I'm there, next minute I'm not. I'm gone. So that energy to be around thousands, tens of thousands of dudes, all looking to grab somebody in the grippers? Nah, come on, son. Get the fuck out of here. So I never hit the Atlanta. And then when I'm getting the stories back from dudes that went, and then we, back then, dudes with the Betamax or, the little camcorders and all that, and you seeing all that bullshit? Nah. Nah. That ain't for me. Dudes getting excited because they touch a titty. You know what I'm saying? Grab somebody in the tail that you ain't want you to touch him. And she slapped your hand and all that shit. Then the next dude touch. It was assault. So I am very curious to see what comes about from this documentary. I'm trying to get to it. I want to see because it could be a United States indictment waiting to happen for a whole lot of individuals, man. A whole lot of Me Too's could be coming from it. Oh my goodness, it could get real nasty and ugly if somebody is a superstar right now that was touched up in there and didn't know who touched him and saw it. Or a pastor. Or somebody who is law enforcement now. You understand what I'm saying? Or a politician or anybody. Because with the explosion and how they over promoting this shit, it's gonna make people post a lot of shit on YouTube. They're gonna go into the archives. You understand? I'm telling you. And people are in different positions now. And again, now that they have, limited criminal activities that's going on because a lot of people are now conscious and woke, this shit could springboard. This shit could be the springboard for a lot of people walking perp walks and all that. Remember, they done bagged Weinstein. They done bagged Kells. You know what I'm saying? Bill Cosby. And Cosby wasn't on tape. And you may say, well, he did it to a bunch of euros. Should have been messing with them snow bunnies. That's not what the law gonna say. The law opened the statutes. That's the key thing. People always fix their mentals on the wrong shit, especially if they haven't been through the system. So when you've been through the system, you understand, right, what it means for a statute, for amendment. You understand? You start to see for criminal procedure, penal law, and you see it and what's retroactive and what isn't. You know what I'm saying? You start to, oh shit, that's what's coming down the pipe? Okay. Okay. So now, with that whole Cosby case, they talking about 25, 30 years ago. How many people got knocked after Cosby? How many people? Krieger Bailey, what's good down in the yard? You know what I'm saying? Do you understand what's going to happen if somebody is on that documentary and they're in a key position? I mean, a good position somewhere now, and they forgot all about it because again, 21, 22, I was just a kid in college. Yeah, but you on tape with your hand in that girl Gripper's. And she's terrified. You see it on her face. And they're going to find this girl. And just what happens? What happens if that girl is in a ways or in a mood to say, yeah, I didn't appreciate that at all. Or might have dug it back then. Might have really not cared now. But in this age of social media and lawsuits and, you know, shit, she might be somebody's grandmom's now. And she might be embarrassed and don't want nobody to know that Granny was out there giving the goods up. And you just embarrassed this lady. Oh, I didn't appreciate that at all. Story changes. Story changes. What? No, I didn't like that. I've been looking for him for years. I'm glad y'all got him. He got to pay for that. Okay? Okay? Come on now. Come on now. This is how technology, this is how people who are in specific lifestyles, this is how, right? Shit goes left. It goes left very quickly. This is how these things are weaponized against who? Us. Because damn sure they ain't do nothing to girls going wild, right? We haven't seen no resurgence in that. How do we know it ain't Jill Biden or one of them out there wilding? Huh? Sarah Palin or one of them out there wilding. Girls going wild. We don't know because ain't nobody bringing that up. Nobody researching it. They don't do that to them. You understand? Because they was just wild back then. You dig? But with us, hold on, that's criminal. Look at him. Look at them. No, they can't get away with that. What is he doing now? Oh, he's a pastor somewhere. You understand? So again, when people get overexcited, I get skeptical about it. So like, hold on. Why is this shit coming out now? Why now? Because you could YouTube search any of that shit. You're going to have a whole bunch. I mean, a whole bunch of them come up from back then. 8 years ago, 9 years ago, 10 years ago, dudes is uploading footage from back then. You understand? Because those were the first viral videos. When YouTube wasn't paying people and dudes was just uploading stuff. You understand? So come on now. What's really good? What's really good? That somebody, why they just didn't rip one of those YouTube videos? A lot of people made docs back then. What makes this one so significant? Who's behind it? Be careful. I'm telling you, be careful. Because I'm saying, from an outside observer, I didn't dig it. I thought it was a whole bunch of cornball ass dudes who couldn't get no skins, you know what I'm saying, couldn't get no box, was taking advantage that they was grouped up, and these women really couldn't do anything but yell, scream in displeasure, maybe slap a dude or two, and that was it. But if they was in the street, if they was in the boroughs, if they was in different settings, them dudes would have got their head knocked off. You understand? That's what that shit became. Now, initially, it wasn't that. If you go and research and look at the older, right, Freaknik, women wasn't even, they would have regular shorts and regular clothes, and dudes was excited. Word, the regular clothes. It was excited because it was hot and they was, you know, in shorts or whatever. By the time it got to 9.5, 9.6, 9.7, chicks is coming out there damn near naked, purposefully trying to turn some dudes crazy. So now we're going to show this now, when the average in the street is naked, nude. Now this is the summer where we need to be reminded of that type of shit. Now think about that. Think about it. We could go to the store in any city, in any state today, and guarantee you gonna see at least 2 or 3 women damn near naked in the street. Whether it's tights with no drawers or it's just common attire. It is what it is. And the average body size is 12, 14. Right? Listen, gyms is just out of control. But I'm just talking about on the street. So why now, when these young folks really have absolutely no direction, why would we want that to be the imitation? Why would we want to have them imitate that or believe that they can relive that in those moments in this climate, when we know that there are people out there trying to kidnap people for organs, you know, Euros out here trying to relive Jim Crow and lynching people and trying to get people organs and all type of weird shit. We don't need any of that. We definitely don't need any of that right now. So you have to think what's behind it. All right? All right. You know? Gotta just be careful. Just be careful. For real, for real. Have to be observant. Be observant. Ain't nothing that we did back then should get over promoted now. There was a lot that we didn't have back then that they have now. That, let me just, believe me, if you didn't come up in those eras, you missed it. So if you on here and you in class and you 26, 20, man, shit, you 30 and under and you over here following me, man, a lot, I'm telling you, you could get amped up and excited about some of the things that we speak about here, but that shit is over. Wasn't no cameras on every corner. It just wasn't like that. It was very loose. We got away with a lot. We experimented with a lot. We did a lot. We was forced to do a lot. Now, just no. Because like I always tell people in anger management, it's not that you get angry. It's not that you rage out. It's your consequences. You understand? And when people don't look at or cannot understand the consequences of their actions, that is when the anger becomes an issue. Okay? So, what are your consequences now for sticking your hand down somebody's pants? What is your consequences now for being caught on camera touching a titty you wasn't invited to touch? You understand? Permanent. Boom. Got you on TV, got you on the news looking crazy with your hand out. Hand laughing, trying to smile, touching somebody's gripper. Permanent now. That's your consequences. You a permanent goddamn pervert. The hell's the matter with you? Okay? Or people running around on, through the cities on tracks, because that's all it is. You could put a track anywhere. If you've been in a life, you could drop 10 toes and make a track anywhere. So now what? Your ass a grandfather or somebody goddamn daddy cruising, where you see a whole bunch of college girls with their ass out and you just out there. Right? Head of your local union, you out there. Giggling and chuckling at some naked ass butt cheek. You look crazy. This is the consequences that many believe that they didn't have to suffer back then. So you saw all type of people back then at Freaknik, at Greek Fest, running around with these college kids. And, again, that also opened up that criminal element to take advantage of people down there. They started going and meeting these girls from different cities and states and then popping up in the town and open up shop. Right? Or going to these events, robbing hotel rooms, doing all type of shit. It just wasn't all whatever they're going to make it out to be in this dock. A lot of thievery down there, a lot of robbing down there, a whole lot of things was going on that I'm sure that they're not going to speak about to that degree. Girls getting robbed, hotel rooms getting robbed, they come through, all their bags is gone. Of course, you had the jostlers and the boosters running out of town too. It became open for all type of shit. So there's a lot of horror stories that come up out of that. And I don't know if they're going to center on that. I hope they just don't make it a piece where everything was fun and games and people playing grab ass. You dig? It was a lot of cases down there, a lot of assaults, a lot of rapes, a lot of, unwanted touches and, vile shit. Vile. Where a woman had every right to lash out and fight back, and dudes is throwing buckets and water and disrespectful. It got, nah. There's a lot of stories that come up out of those little events that just wasn't right and exact. I dig? So yeah, that's just someone to give you different eyes on that. Everybody didn't think that shit was fun. They just didn't. A lot of people didn't. A lot of dudes thought that shit was kind of weird. Whether you was in style or not. Dudes knew, hands off, man. No means no, and, had to be a little bit more tactful if that was your aim. If that was your aim, you had to be a little tactful. You had to have some type of game. You had to know how to talk and speak. You don't just touch and it should be weird for any, I'm talking to the young men, for any woman to always be on go and always welcome people touching on her and all that. That should be an alarm for you. Because ain't no woman, not even a woman on the track, is always on go. They just ain't built like that. They not. They not. So it should alarm you if somebody is always on go. You should be scared, young man. Get your ass up out of there. If she's always on go for anybody at any place at any given time. Nah. You shouldn't be excited, giggling, and ready to go put your little Peter Johnson in that. Ain't no women on go all the time. Ever. I wouldn't care who she is. I'm a testament to that. I talk to women. I've been talking to women. I got probably spoke to over 4,000 or 5,000 women in my life. From them on the track, them in the strip clubs, the corporate America, and all that. Ain't no woman always on go. If she is, she got a problem. Straight up. They more mental than anything in this world. Always immediately on go? Nah. You touch that and they giggle and laugh and all that? Nah, hell no. No. That ain't it, young man. You dig? So again, be careful of what people promote for our consumption. You dig what I'm saying? Be mindful of that, because dudes is getting hyped. They getting hyped. Like, yo, I'm gonna watch this. I'm telling you, because you looking from one aspect. Oh, you seen Shorty, she was fat. Oh, you seen Shorty, oh, nah. You seen this one, you seen that one. Damn, he spread her grippers y'all gonna quick to go through all of that and not turn your gauge on the perpetrators, these dudes. Because that's what law enforcement gonna be looking at. That's what the women are gonna be looking like. Look at this foul ass. She told him no 3 times and he's still slapping on her behind. Telling you, be mindful of the over promotion of negative and regressive behavior for your consumption. Okay? Okay? Yeah, V, how many passes we gonna see? I ain't worried about passes. I'm talking about law enforcement. I'm talking about people that own their own business. Damn, how many pastors we gonna see? How many grandfathers we gonna see with granddaughters? And she look, granddad, that was you? Consequences, young man, consequences. Every action has a subsequent reaction. Your granddaddy out there with 2 handful of cheeks for the whole world to see. Social media see, yo, that's your granddad. Cheeks in hand. Oh, man. Boy. Oh, yeah. Conscious community dudes. All that. Yeah, public officials. Yeah. I used to smoke reefer. All that. Yeah, I used to smoke reefer. Yeah. All that. Gonna be a lot of that going on. You're gonna see, like, yeah, we see you used to smoke reefer and used to touch grippers too. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're gonna see a lot of that. We're gonna see a lot of that. I'm gonna watch it. Goddamn it, because I know it's a lot of fronting ass dudes that be on these podcasts, that be on these YouTube, talking all self-righteous and all that. Yeah, they're gonna have their hands in the cookie jar. on this shit. Content for your ass. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I used to smoke reefer. Yeah, your ass was that Freaknik too. So again, as always, don't believe in me. Believe in my belief in y'all. Believe in my belief in you. You dig? For all of the green screens, much appreciated. Build our nation. For all the shares, build our nation. Build our tribe. You understand what I'm saying? We are on a path to liberation. Nah, Jules, Umar's already got knocked off. That's why I don't ever be on here fronting. He would have been fine. There's nothing wrong with being conscious and sexually active. There's nothing wrong with being woke and understanding who you are in your body. But don't claim shit like you celibate, you don't mess with bras, all this other crate. Listen, before anything, I'm a man. God damn it. Loves a black woman. Chocolate black woman, dark chocolate black woman, big, small, little, all. God damn it. Drive me crazy. So my intelligence, my consciousness has nothing to do with who I am as a man. Fine ass woman folk. Any man that says a black woman don't turn his head, his eye, is a lie. God damn it, where they at? Fine ass black women. That's Umar's fault. He tried to front. I'm celibate. I don't do that. That bro got right up on him. Had him eating it like groceries and set him. He was talking that Marion Barry shit. She set me up. Nah, man, you set yourself up. Trying to front. That's self-righteous bullshit. Nah, that was his problem. That's what got him jammed up trying to front. I ain't fronting. I ain't fronting at all. At all. Love them black women. Where they at? God damn it, how y'all doing? What up, women? Folk, what up? Let me get some purple hearts if you a fine black woman. Put them up in here, man. Let me see who in class today. Who in class today? Where the hell is my black woman at today? You fine black woman? Put them purple hearts up in here. Let me see what's going on with that. That's what I'm talking about. I won't be fronting over here. Don't front over here. Where y'all at? Hello. How y'all doing? Let me see y'all with my good eye. What's going on? Where the black women folk at? Where the purple hearts at? Y'all in here? Huh? Now, ain't nothing but no dudes all up in here. I know that's a damn lie. I know that's a lie. I got plenty of women. This should say 159 people. And if it's 159 up in here, 160 up in here, god damn, at least 80 of them, 85, 90 of them is black women folks. See, y'all see them purple hearts coming? They ain't fronting. They in here. They in here. Because god damn it, it's 2023. I'm in style now. Shit. Bobby Brown, rapper Child Lil, god damn it, Wesley Snipes, Morris Chestnut, they done changed the game, damn it. I'm in style now. I know it's black women folk up in here. They see this skin, and these teeths, and these dimples. Shit, I know they up in here. We ain't even starting that shit. Talking about ain't nothing but men in here. Now you out pocket, comrade. They in here. Anything, they in here for black people. Ain't that right? Women folks. See, I'm getting all hot in here, man. You got me tight. Talking that talk. No, my women folk up in here. Shit. All right? So again, don't believe in me. Believe in my belief in you. We will win. All things work in divine order. And I'm telling y'all, sisters, man, go get that bathing suit merch. I'm telling you. So one piece, plenty of sizes. Plenty of sizes. All right? One piece, and it give clear as day. It tells you on it, god damn it. Huh? Keep your eyes off my grippers. Yeah, y'all gonna need that on them beaches and on them pool parties with the kiddies. Y'all gonna need that. Keep the message clear. Again, salute, salute, salute. All love and peace and power to the people of the struggle. Thank y'all for being here. God damn it, I'm out till tomorrow. Y'all work me too hard.